Welcome to AI ConvoCast, where we bring you the latest in AI and tech innovation. Quick housekeeping. Check out the affiliate links in our description. Using them supports the show, and please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Let's jump right in.
Today we will be covering Alphabet's massive acquisition of a clean energy developer, Anthropic bringing Claude directly into your browser, and OpenAI giving users new ways to customize ChatGPT's personality. Alphabet is making a major move to secure the power it needs to run its growing fleet of AI data centers. The company announced it will acquire Intersect, a clean energy developer, in a deal valued at $4.75 billion. This acquisition is all about addressing one of the biggest challenges facing companies building out AI infrastructure right now, which is simply having enough electricity to keep everything running. Intersect brings some serious assets to the table. The company has roughly $15 billion worth of energy projects currently under development, and these projects are expected to generate around 10.8 gigawatts of power by 2028. To put that in perspective, a single gigawatt can power hundreds of thousands of homes, so we are talking about a substantial amount of energy capacity here. The strategy centers on co-locating data centers directly with renewable energy generation. Rather than building data centers in one place and sourcing power from somewhere else, Alphabet wants to put its computing facilities right next to where clean energy is being produced. This approach helps ensure reliable power supply while also supporting sustainability goals. Intersect will keep its existing leadership team and continue operating under its own brand even after the acquisition closes. Some assets will remain outside the deal, though specifics on which ones were not detailed in the announcement. The transaction is expected to close in early 2026 pending regulatory approval. As one industry observer noted, big tech companies are racing to secure power as AI workloads continue to surge. The demand for computing power to train and run large language models has grown exponentially, and that demand translates directly into electricity consumption. This acquisition positions Alphabet to meet those needs while building out a cleaner energy portfolio. Moving over to product news, Anthropic has launched Claude as a native Chrome extension, bringing their AI assistant directly into the browser where people spend so much of their working day. This release makes it possible to invoke Claude right on whatever web page or document you happen to be viewing, without needing to switch tabs or open a separate application. The extension works across tabs and web apps, meaning you can pull up Claude's help whether you are reading an article, working in a cloud-based productivity tool, or browsing just about anything else. As one newsletter covering the release put it, Claude now lives where users already work, which is the browser. The initial rollout is going to users in the United States, and you will need to log in with an Anthropic account to use it. This positions Claude as more of an ambient, contextual assistant rather than something you have to go out of your way to access. You see something you want help understanding or working with, and Claude is right there ready to assist. This move puts Anthropic in more direct competition with browser integrations that other AI companies have been rolling out. The convenience factor here is significant because reducing friction in how people access AI tools tends to increase how often they actually use them. OpenAI has introduced a new feature they are calling a personality dial for ChatGPT. This gives users control over adjusting the tone and warmth of their interactions with the AI. You can now fine-tune things like how enthusiastic ChatGPT sounds and how direct it is in its responses. The update applies across consumer ChatGPT experiences on both web and mobile platforms. Once you set your preferences, those settings persist across sessions, so you do not have to reconfigure things every time you start a new conversation. OpenAI has not announced any pricing changes associated with this feature, suggesting it will be available to existing users at their current subscription levels. This represents a shift toward letting users shape how AI assistants communicate with them rather than accepting a one-size-fits-all personality. Some people prefer responses that are warm and conversational, while others want something more brief and to the point. Now there is a way to dial that in based on personal preference. User reaction has been positive so far, with one summary capturing the sentiment as less robotic and more human. And finally, configurable. The ability to customize these aspects of AI interaction could make daily use feel more natural and less like talking to a generic system. It acknowledges that different people have different communication styles and preferences, and the AI can adapt to meet them where they are.
Thank you for listening to AI ConvoCast. Please don't forget to rate, review, and share if you like what you hear. Thanks and hope to see you again next time.